good morning. We're so glad you could join us on today's live on Equa Television International. And today, being Wednesday, we always talk about relationship. We are looking at the topic love's doubt. Love's doubt. You know that even in a perfect relationship that we term as perfect, all rosy and all of that, you tend to still have doubt at one point or the other in that relationship. What do you do? How do you handle those situations that they do not linger for such a long time? We know that as partners, you have one form of insecurity or the other. What do you do in this kind of situations? Do you just turn a blind eye? Do you tackle the situation? What do you do in this kind of a situation? And we're here to talk about this topic. I have Solomon Sambo with me, Joyce and Prudence. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Looking very colorful. I was almost thinking today's Valentine's. But I had to think of the month.
Every day is Valentine.
Every day is Valentine.
So now we can tell about their love story.
Yeah,
there's no doubt, apparently. It's amazing to just sit and think that at one point somebody is your world, is everything, is the sugar in your tea, and then you're sleeping and waking up and you're thinking, how did I even decide to go for this person? Or you're thinking, I would have followed Lamiu instead of this Jumaida I'm with. So what happened that you're now thinking that it's like you made the wrong choice? What are you seeing that is making you think that, no, I should have not been in this place? So I personally, I used to think about that. Like, this person at some point is your world. And tomorrow you're waking up to say that, and like you said earlier on, even the perfect relationship, there are moments where you just have some doubt. So at what point do you move from the certainty to that doubt that you have? And why should one have doubt in love relationship? I thought that feeling, as in some people will tell you that love should be above every other thing, while some people are saying, no, it's not about love. There are moments that love will not even count. Or when bills start showing up, when children are there, school fees, house rent, it's not I love you that will solve all of those problems. Some will say it's understanding, some will say it's trust and all of that. But at another moment again, at some other point, you're thinking, I think this is not the right choice. And no wonder people are cancelling wedding left, right, and center. I don't understand. This is somebody you went and engaged, you knelt down to and say, you mean I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and then you're waking up to put a big X on your wedding card. Like, what happened? What went wrong? So there are a lot of excuses. In fact, recently I saw a post that I took personal. I said, what's all this now? That just and cancelling of wedding 5 and it's not 5 and 6, but 5.5.5. I say no, we will not take this from the person that is supposed to. We will not take this. There are a lot of beautiful things about just. Why not talk about the creativity here? Why not talk about the
weather?
Do you understand? Lots of beautiful things. You will not drag us because one person decide to cancel his or her wedding. So
that would be too.
It's not even two.
Over 5 million.
Do you understand? There are a lot of people that we've had stories of people that have cancelled their wedding. We've had stories of people that on their wedding day they decide to just throw it away. We have stories of people that after the wedding, in fact, because of the money that was gathered and how the other partner is saying that is my people that sprayed more. The other person say, no, I need to use this money and clear the debt that's like we incurred during the wedding preparation, and that resulted to a problem, and everybody saying I'm not doing again. A story was told of one couple that after the wedding, the husband was saying, can you move to this side so that I can enter? And the wife said, no, he should turn and use the other door. And he said, I said move, and she said he should use the other door. So he now turned and used the other door. He entered and sat quietly and told the driver that he should drive to the bride's house. And when the driver was, why are we going there? We're supposed to be heading to where the reception is taking place, or the dinner. It was after the reception. And he said, I said, move to her house. And they got to the house. He asked her to drop. And he told her people that when they train her well, properly, and teach her respect and all, maybe she can come back. But for now, he's not interested. And that's why he dropped her.
Because of simple communication.
They asked her to drop. So
I love the fact that you said it's simple communication. This is the issue. Before you even went down on the knee, the cliche that everybody talks about. Well, we know that it's not everybody that does that. But let's agree for
no,
this
let's
case.
ask Solomon, how did you propose?
I knelt down.
You nailed that word, Terminus.
Oh
No.
my god.
No, Bukuru
Or
Market.
you went
Kudia.
all the way. I said Kudia. Or you went all the way to Lafia. Like, how did it happen? Just tell us. We'll ask Jemima, but let's hear.
No, there's no drama. There's no drama. It's just simple
While we were sipping kunu, you just say,
understanding.
already.
Like, you know, when you start.
Tell us. What did you do? How did you
Hit the
propose?
nail on the head.
We are not asking for.
What kind of
No, we are
suspense
not
is this
asking
one?
for,
How
know,
did you
we just
propose?
want to know.
Will you marry me?
Did you kneel down?
I did not. I did not.
Why pride?
It's not pride.
So you
It's
did
not
it
pride.
with Hans Akimbo.
You're asking someone to change her son name. And you're
I
not
feel
doing that.
threatened. I feel threatened. I feel threatened
Hold
today.
on, hold on.
Please,
asking
somebody.
you.
Yeah.
I'm smiling.
The way she attacked you. Let's
So I adapt.
talk. No,
Wow,
not
come
you.
and sit
I'm not
here.
talking about you. I'm talking about her.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
but
attack.
No, you are
Let's
right.
change
You are
the
right.
camera.
Change your seat.
We are redirecting the camera. Okay, so how did he propose?
How did he propose?
But
But
you-
you didn't even answer
did
yourself.
I said I did not kneel down.
So you
I-
sat down like this.
You know, under a
yeah.
mango tree,
How did it
and
happen?
then I was sitting on a block, one piece of block like that.
I just told her, will
building
you
block.
marry me?
I said, "Will you marry
Was
me?"
it with ring or with kunu or
No, just word, no ring, nothing.
how did you feel? How did you feel?
No, yeah. When she said yes, it was awesome. It was awesome because I feel.
Na Samu Mata.
That's the word. That's the word. That's the word.
Jemima, tell us.
Camera.
Well, well, unfortunately, they used something I love against me. I love to take ice cream, so it was inside.
No, we did not swallow
I
it.
almost did. They had to come to my rescue, and then at the end of the day, propose.
Proposal would have gone wrong, go.
Oh my god!
So the ring was inside the ice
It
cream.
was inside.
Imagine you were swallowing it.
Exactly.
Wow. So when you just felt something in your mouth and
Even when I felt, I thought it was a mistake. So I was
Oh,
trying
chocolate.
to save myself. By the time it came out, I saw it was a ring. I felt embarrassed.
so did you cry? Because like it's a norm, like finally. Oh, did you cry?
Did you do all those? Oh my god.
She have-
No, it was the people
she have
around there that did
answered-
all of
she have
that.
answered you people.
Hold on, but
That
did
is
you
how.
cry?
it-
Well, I didn't cry, but I hesitated because it took me totally unaware.
Okay, my problem with this engagement and all those drama is that you when we were dating, is that what was the plan?
Okay,
Is it
I
for people to
knew
remain
about
brothers and sisters? Because what's the whole drama about?
No,
that
I
they,
knew
would
about
you
it,
marry me
right?
and you're covering and you're crying,
No,
crying.
I knew we were going to get married. We had talked about that angle, but I didn't know the proposal would come that day.
Okay.
So it just caught me
Unaware.
unaware. I knew it would come, but I didn't know it would be that day.
Okay.
So if I knew, I would have prepared, fixed my
The
nails.
drama. You
So you have
understand?
done it.
Uh-huh. So I was so shocked that it took me unaware. Like I didn't have any idea at all. So that was the shock for me.
I wish Mr. Hassan is on this set. We'll have like we
Would have
But
I'm
don't-
already hearing something.
as in, the thing bothers me how that would you marry me? A lot of crying. Or like
So
were you
what were you expecting? That he marry someone else?
No,
You see where me
you
and
see-
my
you see,
confusion is.
the angle is that, just like the way you said, you knew
Yes,
that
I knew.
this is where you guys are heading, but you didn't have an idea
That
that it will be that day and it will be in that manner. You understand? So some people, that's just what normally breaks them, and then they just start crying.
Okay,
And possibly maybe they are thinking maybe in a year or 6 months, that is when they are expecting that proposal will come, and then bam, it's coming just few days. Like you'll be like, finally. That kind of feeling. I don't understand what's that.
I still don't see why
I don't want to
everybody.
sound
I
harsh,
still don't see
but-
why everybody goes ahead and do things like, oh my god, that's not how everybody.
people handle
everybody,
emotions
everybody,
differently.
exactly. But
And
like
so
my point is that
may
everybody
just-
does it now, and it's like a cliche.
Actually.
Everybody's doing that.
Say
oh my
yes,
god,
say
it's so
yes.
cute. It's so
Maybe
Take
You
it
just
easy.
see the young man on the
no,
floor.
most
to
people
some, it's reality,
Yes.
but to
to
some,
some,
They're
it's
faking
scripted.
it. Of
Yeah, they're
course.
just
See,
faking
but
it.
my point is this: I saw a post recently, a meme about how that a girl, when they came to ask for her hand in marriage, she was sitting like this, and then the person said, "Look at how they are sitting, as if they will not fight the man after marriage." So it's
I was actually going
like she
that
was
way.
all innocent, and they're asking for a hand. He came with his people, and then they were asking, and she was like this, and then person they say how she sit as if she will not fight with the husband. So that's some of the reactions that you get. While some of them are justifiable, but I mean, why I know that we express our emotions differently, but all the cry and all, then 1 week, I'm even saying 1 week, the day of the wedding, people are parting ways. The doubt now comes in, and then you're saying, I don't think I made the. Do you know some people tell their partners that you're my greatest mistake in life?
Yes.
And some will say, if not for these children, I won't be here. Like, so at some
All
point,
na
something
wash.
showed up, and
All now wash.
Exactly.
If you
I
hear
don't even see that.
anybody saying
It's
I
because
am
of
staying
children.
because of the children, is a big lie.
no, now, but it's not justifiable that she's looking at her children. If I decide to go now, and then the firstborn is just 7, the second is 5, the last one
Can
is
she
1
be
year,
bold?
2
Can
months.
she be bold enough
You
to
will
say
not
she's
allow
going-
her to go with the
Wait
children,
now.
right? And then she leaving her children and
Guilt.
then going.
The mother would not want to.
I don't want to believe that it's totally a lie for a woman to say it's because of the children, because I've seen instances like a woman shared her story. She had 3 children. She was like, this man does not do anything. He doesn't know how the children feed. He doesn't even know how they go to school. He doesn't know how their upkeep is. And so she was like, what is even the essence of this marriage? This man is flirting. He has girlfriends outside, side chicks and all of that. Like, why is she in this house? Like, she doesn't see any reason. At the end of the day, I'm still feeding him with his kind of lifestyle, the irresponsibility. I'm still feeding this man. So why am I staying here? And she said, if not for these children, because she said, I said, when she was talking, I said, okay, what do you mean by that? She said, leaving these children, you are not even sure of the woman that is coming to the house. Will she take care of your children? And you now moving out with these children. He might say, no, you are not going out with my children.
Might.
You will not go with
He
my
say
children.
might.
No, but in most cases, how many men will say, go with the children?
And some
See.
people
Except
would
the
even want to
irresponsible
see.
ones.
Some of them,
See.
as irresponsible as they are, would want to keep the children.
See,
as a
do
form
you
of
know the reason why I'm
punishment for you
saying
to
this?
leave
I
the
know
family.
women that are watching this, they will crucify me. But let me tell you, if a woman want to stay in a house, right, she will stay. But in a situation whereby some of them are just looking for excuse, so they use the children. Yes. Yeah, some of them are just using the excuse. To be honest,
So they want to stay.
They
and
just
Like
want
the
to stay.
abusive marriage.
yes,
They
they
are in
want
love
it.
with their
They want
abusive
it
marriage.
because do you know the reason? It's because the
It's of
fear.
their music.
No, I'm telling you, it's not everybody that will believe me. You understand? It's not everybody that will believe me. But let me tell you, some of them, some, not all, some of them, they are using the children as just excuse. And if you look at it, not just the issue of marriage, you will see that there are some in the marriage that are using the children to even extort. Do you get what I mean?
Extort the husband.
Yes.
In a situation where the husband is irresponsible, he
No,
doesn't even do
it,
anything.
it,
How are you
it depends.
extorting him?
It depends on how you will see it. It depends on how you will see it, because you cannot say categorically it's because the man is irresponsible. We know there are responsible men that their women are tormenting them, left, right,
And
center.
there are also
With
responsible women with irresponsible men.
Yes.
you just brought
So-
it now,
so why
but
would
earlier
you
you are
stay?
talking different. You are.
No,
you are
I'm
talking-
still saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I said
understand.
where you have an irresponsible man
Mm.
that is not taking care of his family, he's not doing anything, and the woman is saying, if not for these children, I won't be here. How is she using children as excuse to stay in an abusive marriage?
Okay.
Apparently, it's because of the children.
Okay, so
Because what is he providing for her? He's not doing anything. So tell me how she's using the children as excuse.
little wonder you hear things like, I regret ever marrying you. And I think that's like a street slang right now, because like almost everybody's saying, I regret ever marrying you. I regret ever thinking myself in love with you, and things like that. We've heard that a lot. It has become like street anthem. But my point here is that something had gone wrong, probably from the very foundation of the marriage itself, and you have not rectified it as a couple. And that's why over time,
Just swept it under the carpet.
sometimes, and so over time, this thing continues to build and build and build and build, and it gets to the point where it gets to. But other times, it's not like it's like one person wants to work for the relationship, and the other person is just, I really don't care.
And you know, for me, one of the things that brings about the doubt and insecurity in the relationship or marriage at the end of the day is the rush. We rush to go into the relationship. We rush to go into the marriage. You don't even have time to sit down and study this person. Gone are the days where if you want to get married, you will take your time. It's not about your age that is running out, your menopause that is approaching. It is about sitting down and making sure that this person that you want to get married to is someone that is worth it. You know, you don't just ask the person questions, you observe. You don't just observe, you ask people questions as well. People that know the person, know the family and all of that.
Undercover.
Yes, you do your undercover agent work.
Become that undercover journalist.
So
You have to
these days now, what we do is we practically just plan for wedding. Not the marriage itself. I have to wear the best gown. I need to make the best hair. I need to have the most expensive this and that and all whatnot. Even you go to the extent of saying the things you want to have in your home. You want to have the best quality this. When people come, they shouldn't look down on me. When they see this, they know that, those are the kind of things we do. So at the end of the day,
leave
when
your father's house,
yes, so
rent an apartment.
yes. So by the time that we get married, the kind of things that are popping up are not things that we thought we did not prepare our minds for it. So where the doubt is so much, the insecurity is so much, and for some of the partners, their insecurity is as a result of past relationships that they have had. If I was in a relationship where I was maltreated, I was abused, when I am with this same person, that is what I'll be expecting. Because if you said this woman does not want to leave an abusive marriage because of her children, she's going to endure the punching and every other thing because of her. She should first of all save herself, and before she'll be able to. But if you're used to a previous relationship that you were abused, you were maltreated, and all manner of things, you would want to stay there because that is the best that you think.
Very important point, Jemima. You see, past relationship, it plays a very critical role in a partner being insecure or having doubt. You see, sometimes a lady will go into a relationship and then for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, she's not asking the guy, okay, what's your plan, or are we getting married next year? Because she's
You're
thinking,
not even sure if you are.
you understand? She's not asking those questions because she feels, let him not think as if I'm desperate. So let me just allow him to make the decision. And then after like 5 years, uncle is not even saying anything. You guys are just there. He's not saying anything, and eventually something happened and he's telling you that you should move on. He can't continue. And then you guys parted ways and you're in another relationship, and it's just 1 year or some months into the relationship, and you're asking the guy, can you please define this relationship? And the guy is picking offense, saying that we just started, and you're asking me. But I was discussing with someone recently, and he was saying that is a turn off for him, that he's just starting a relationship, and you're asking him that if people are getting married, not 1 year, like that they just started. It was like a month for him. And then the lady was asking him that, so what's the plan? When are they getting married? That it was just a turn off for her. Maybe it's because of her past experience, and she decided. But wait, what is wrong in a lady asking you? Because a lot of men pick offense in that. You came and met her and you asked her, you said, I love you, I want to go into relationship with her. If you want to study her, or if you want to know her, you don't have to go into relationship first. Like, you study her from this and be a friend to her. But you cannot just come to her and say you want a love relationship. And in the relationship, what are you thinking for? Saying you want a love, is this sex that you want to be having? That when she asks you, when are you getting married, you are getting angry. So in the first place, you should not go into love relationship, but be friends. Then get to know her. But you cannot commit yourself, and in committing yourself, you are stopping her from engaging any love relationship with somebody. And she asks you about marriage, and you say it's a turn off, or why would she ask you? Some of them will say they are not ready for that, but you're ready for sex, right?
Why did he come in the first place?
Exactly. Some of them go into the relationship when they are not ready. When you're not ready, don't even start.
See, the thing is,
start when you are ready.
I mentioned this one time with someone, and the person was like, why would you say something like that? I'm like, I cannot go into a relationship if I am not foreseeing you as a husband. If I cannot look at you with the respect I will accord my husband, let's not do it. I'm not doing it. And this person, and this person is like, why would you think like that? You probably chase your husband away. I said, no, if my husband is going to come, he will come. It's not about me chasing it. I don't have to taste so many waters to be able to identify that this is the man that God wants for me. So honestly, I think it's just that we don't take our time and we rush just like the point you made earlier. We are rushing. The society makes it look like, okay, so a lady is not worth nothing if she immediately after she's done with school, the next thing everybody's asking her is, when is your wedding? When are we coming for a wedding? I went for my cousin's wedding barely 2 years ago, and that was the question I was getting everywhere. When are we coming for yours?
To eat your rice?
And I'm like, you have to wait until I bring him, because nobody's going to put no pressure on me. I'm not going to be pressured into going to marriage and then jumping out. I'm finding a way to get out of it.
People are shifting blame,
Exactly.
like left,
So
right,
for
center, yeah.
for me, the fact that he's even offended that you're asking that kind of question is a red flag. In fact, that alone has created doubt. It has given you room for doubt. And if I continue with that kind of relationship, there's high tendency that later on, if we end up marrying, I will continue to doubt his
In
intentions.
most cases, prudence, it doesn't even lead to marriage, because one, it is the doubt of, I don't want to commit, because if I commit and go and see another girl somewhere now, it's a problem for me. So let's just go into relationship. My point is this: brothers should know, you don't have to go into love relationship to know somebody. In fact, if you really want to know a lady, don't go into relationship with her. By the time you go into relationship, a lot of people pretend for you to just see them as that 1,000 yard material, house wife material. But if you really want to know a lady for who she is and who she is, and you can never even finish knowing somebody by being friends, you don't need to go. So at all these excuses from starting relationship, she's asking you, when are you getting married? Or it must not be. And the sister, you don't have to ask him when are you getting married. But what's define the relationship? You're coming to ask me out, or you want to go into love relationship with me. What's the aim? What's it for?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you hear guys saying, I'm not ready for marriage, but you're ready for sex. Because and you tell the lady that I thought you are my wife. When you want to have sex with her, that's when you remember, but you are my wife now. It's my own now. It's still not my own. But when she asks about marriage, you get angry, you get offended. So why can't you just be friends with her if you want to know her? And when you decide, after seeing all the girls and you decide that, see, it's this one I want, go into the relationship, define it. Now, for some people, they will tell you, and for the sisters that are also in a hurry, they don't want to know the guy, they just want to get married. A lot of guys come to you with the talk, is marriage, and once you hear the marriage, you are confused. And then, but the thing about using this word is for marriage, so that they can get access to you and they will sleep with you. The thing is that nobody has the right over your privacy or having sex with you as far as he or she is not married to you. So don't let anybody deceive you, but you are my babe now. If you don't give me, who will give me? And then at the end, most pain that people experience, especially be it ladies, especially ladies, after a breakup, is because you have already had sex, you have given your body to this person, you have trusted this person, you've been vulnerable, so you feel entitled. You feel that I'm his wife, he should be with me. So the moment he leaves you, now you feel used. You feel so. But if it was just relationship, if it was just friendship, and you wake up and say, no, you are not interested, or God save Johnny. But you see, that pains come before, it will definitely hurt you because there's already attachment. But giving yourself, like giving your body out to this person and him waking up to say that no. And see, this doubt affect people even in marriage. And no wonder partners will tell you, you say, I'm going for a conference, and every second your husband is calling you, video call, send you text, because he has an experience.
He might even tell you, give this person, let me talk to her, because he wants to be sure that that is where you are.
Yes. You see, let me say this.
Yes.
Okay. Quickly, the earlier point I made, so that people will not miss about the issue that I said. People use children because children are vulnerable, and some people use children just to get access to your emotions. Because some people are using that simply so that they will get sympathy. That's the word. So that they will get sympathy to whoever they are telling their own part of the story. You understand? So we just have to get this clear.
So you go for family meeting.
Yes. And then the reason why I said what I said is because Prudence said something earlier. Like, there are certain things that we don't discuss and we allow them until they reach certain level. Then we use certain things to be a defense for us. Like, for instance, possibly you'll find out the marriage that is not working didn't start like after some not really after when started having children. Already there are red flags that both of you ignored. And they grew to a point that already children are there. While you refuse to fix it, the two of you, now you are bringing children. Do you get? So sometimes they just use children to just defend their insensitivity of certain issues that they look the other side, when it is a serious issue for them to discuss. This is why I'm saying this, because I'm linking this to this point. Most doubt comes because we fail to talk the hard talk. Whenever a hard talk is on the table, somebody is feeling not really comfortable. Because I ask this question, what is wrong if truly you are coming to me and you want to marry me, and I ask you, when do you think we are getting married? It's just maybe a different way of me putting it. But it's just maybe my own way of asking my question. So can you reason from the angle which I'm asking my own question, and don't just give me an honest answer? Because somebody, possibly maybe Jemima, will not ask directly like I asked. So permit my ignorance and just assume this is the way I am. I'm just asking, I'm innocent. Can you just answer my innocent question?
Exactly.
Do you understand?
I think that
Somebody
we really need to look at that.
Yes.
So some people are really blunt when they are talking, and there's no way to filter. No, not filter. More like make their conversation subtle. No,
Subtle.
they just come out and say it glaringly. This is it. So this kind of person, this is over time.
Yeah.
For some people, okay, I appreciate this in this person. This person is always saying her mind and all that. If you already have identified that factor, why would it be something
That would be a
offensive?
turn off.
In
If
most
she
cases,
asks
for the
you,
lady,
yes.
when?
most cases, Sambo Solomon,
Yes.
you see, maybe the girl is at a T junction. There are 1, 2, 3 guys that are on her neck, like, I love you, I really appreciate you. They've been friends with her. She's in relationship with you, but those other guys are wise enough to make her friend to know her more from friendship. Now have decided that, like, this is the kind of woman that I want to be with, having been with her as for some time now. And this person is coming and saying, Prudence, I really want you to be my wife. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and all of that. And you kept saying, no, you're in a relationship, and this person that you've been in a relationship for 1 year, 2 years has not said anything about marriage. You guys are just dating, and you did not ask him because you don't want him to feel like I'm rushing him, or I'm bugging him, or I'm asking him to marry me. You know, ladies will always want to allow you do the asking because it's the man's this part of the world. It is the man, so you don't want to ask him, and then you've just been with him now. 1 year has gone. You're in the second year, and these guys, 3 guys that have been around you, and like sincerely, they have been patient enough, and because you said you're in a relationship, but Uncle has noticed that, yes, you told me last year you're in a relationship. I can still see that you're not even engaged or you're not married. It means like it's like this guy that you're dating is not serious. He doesn't even know what he wants. And me, I've seen what I want in you. I want to settle down with you, and you are now in a fix. There's nothing wrong with the lady asking you that. So what's the plan? But you pick offense. It's still the red flag, like she said.
just want
it
her
means
to keep waiting.
Yes, and
Yes.
some guys can be that wicked. They don't want to lose you, and they don't want to be committed with you. They don't also want to anybody to also be with you. See, that's why from the beginning of that relationship, it should be well defined. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you, I should tell that, okay, the reason why we're not married is because of so maybe there's a project you're working on, there's something you're trusting God for to make things work. And you two in our communication, eventually you're getting married to this babe. There are things you discuss now in your conversation. So it's like, babe, I would like us to do this thing by next year. Hopefully when I'm able to get this contract done, I'm hoping to get this and this, meet your parents. This should be the conversation, but not that you are in the relationship blank. Which one? Some of them will say you want to surprise. Which nonsense surprise? Like, what surprise? You hear some people say you want to surprise. That's why I said from the beginning. Why do
No,
people
they
cry?
want that cry now. That's surprise.
Why do people cry during proposal? You say it's a
Before
surprise.
that cry, you would have been doing something.
Do you
on the
understand?
ground.
You know what I wonder? I was telling someone, like, if you are in a relationship for so long, what have you been discussing?
Mm.
Exactly what have you been
Let me tell
discussing
you one
that
of
marriage
it.
has
Let me
not
tell you
come up?
one of it, Prudence. What have you eaten?
Goodness, that's actually a turn up
Please
for
try
me.
and eat for me, okay?
For me, oh. Take
for
care of it. And you say you did not eat, then the guy will say, find something and
Find
eat. Oh.
something
I
and
don't
eat.
have money to. Hi, to just try now. Check your mother's kitchen whether she has cooked.
Those things, like
If I
those
told
things
you-
are really, really just annoying. But my point is this: you stayed for 2 years, 3 years. Some people I've heard people being in a relationship for 8 years, and I can't wrap my head around it. If it is
It
not
works
that
for some people, though.
No, I know that I'm not disputing the fact. I'm just saying personally, I can't wrap my head around it because I can't. Except if it is that you started dating way early and all of you are thinking, and both of you are
We
thinking,
can count.
oh no, we are
can
not.
Count. You can use
You can-
your tongue and count.
Mm.
Yes.
your tongue, not
Yeah.
even your hands.
Yes.
Can you
No, but
you
it,
can-
it actually works for the likes of
No,
that one
what-
man. I mean, you need to hear from him how many years they did.
we will get back to that. But this is the point I was making.
I'm not on
Hey,
this
that
side.
sister is really patient.
she was honestly, because
Mm.
I was jokingly telling someone that I'm not sure I can be in a relationship for up to 3 years,
Mm,
and right now as I'm thinking of it, I really don't think I can do it
mm.
because I have a lot going on in my head. I can't just stay with one man and we're talking and there's nothing we're talking about that is leading to and it doesn't there's no
I hope
future.
it's
and,
okay.
and prudence.
Dear Lord, please.
You know what?
It's relationship or
you
marriage.
know
Hope
what?
you can stay.
No,
You know-
I'm
you
talking
know
about
what?
a relationship. I'm
And-
not
and-
talking about marriage.
Okay.
We're talking about
Before somebody
relationship.
get married and say, I'm tired. I saw
No more than 3 years.
I saw a young lady made a post that
Let me
how do people marry somebody and stay with him for 10 years? That she just saw her sister posting her husband anniversary 10-year anniversary. That how did you stay with one man for
So
10 years?
So if she see 40, what
Exactly.
what will be her reaction?
So you see, there are people
think
that
I
You
think that when
understand?
I see relationships of over 40 years, over 30,
Yes.
it's just beautiful to still see the couple and look at their love looking fresh and it's just beautiful. It's something that I really admire and I
If-
can see myself in the future there. But the point I'm making is this is what brings you to that point. What is it that I'm doing at this time before I get to the point
Mm.
where I'm dreaming of forever with this person?
Mm.
How would I get to the point of seeing and envisioning that this is my forever till I leave this earth? And you keep me. Some people go to the extra mile of giving you a ring
Mm.
and there's still no preparation of wedding in sight. And you still expect me to sit down and just be waiting for
You know,
you
some-
for when you are ready.
You know, a lot
Excuse
of
me,
people,
what
a lot
is
of
this?
people feel that girls love the ring. So whether they are ready or not, they just want to give you the ring to just hold you in one place. So you keep feeling like, okay, since I have the ring, he is going to get married to me. With the ring or without the ring, he will still go and get married to the person that he wants to. And at the end of the day, that is
I
what
know a
happens
lady
when we
that
talked
is
about
married.
defining relationship. You'll be in a relationship with someone for 5 years and the person will go ahead and get married to another. And when you're shouting, yelling and saying we were in it, he will tell you no because he did not even define it. So whether you ask questions and the person is angry at you or not, if there is need to ask questions, I'll advise you do. So that you know the way forward. You won't be in one place for years and years, and then at the end of the day, the person moves on without any iota of guilt in him. It is important that you have that
And
conversation,
because
no matter
men-
how tough
be-
the
because
conversation
men are
is.
the ones that do the asking.
Yes.
You understand? They always come with a mentality. And let me tell you the truth. If a man truly wants to marry you, he knows from day one. Yes.
That much
He
is
knows.
true.
He knows.
I've heard
He
stories.
knows. He knows. If truly he wants to marry you, he knows. And if he wants to keep you, he knows. He just wants to play around. That's why you will hear
Sons of
that,
Jezebel.
that's when you will hear
Around.
it's better a broken engagement than a broken marriage. That is when he will spend 5 years with you in a relationship, keeping you. He know exactly that he's not marrying you. The next thing, ask the story of the woman he's marrying. They just spend 1 year.
They did not even spend up
Yeah.
to 1
Up to
year.
1 year.
Yeah, he
You know,
just met
from
her and
from
they
the
said
day
everything
he met
preparation.
her and the arrangement of everything is just 1 year, and bam, they got married. And you start asking, okay, why did I spend these years with him? But you see, why am I saying this? The hard talk. Who are you? Who are you? If somebody is coming to marry you, who are you? What is your what?
Yes, exactly.
Like, the reason why I'm saying this, Prudence just said something. She said, I don't think I will be in a relationship for like 2-3 years. Like, doing what? Discussing what? Do you know one young man now is strategizing based on the
What
point
I
she
said.
gave? Yeah, it's true. That's how men think. Some
So you just say,
So-
I will go to
y-
that
y-
place.
yes,
I'll
yes,
tell Amania in
with-
6 months' time.
he will come with this strong point because already he know that's one of the many that she likes, criteria that she wants. So he will base on that. But there are some that will be like, well, I think we are aligning with this person. Even me, I'm just thinking, how can I stay like asking somebody that I know, that I monitor for this while, and I know that this person at least I can stay with, and then I will stay this long. You understand? So you see, two people will be coming. When they come, it's you testing them that you will know who
Exactly.
truly is. But you can't test them if you don't know your what. You
If
don't know who you are.
Exactly. And if
And
you
when-
ask the right question.
And
You
what
don't ask
you
the right.
want.
Asking
And
the right
what you
question
want.
is discussing the hard talk.
Exactly.
The hard talk
Some
makes
ladies
it.
really don't even know what they want.
That
It's
is the-
based on whatever is available.
It's
for them.
available. That's why
So
a
you
man, a man, you will hear our wall will now said, after all, the women marry for love. They marry who is available. So they come with that bragging right because I have money. I think I can just come and save you. And that is when you stand your ground, you say, this is not what I'm made of. This is this. And they will say you are arrogant.
Let's talk about women now, or men that are already married, but this doubt has affected their growth. Like, I mean, partners that have been insecure, and because of their insecurity, they made their spouse to become stagnated. We've heard and we've seen stories of women that are doing great before they got married. And then there are even women that you see them and you say, this lady should better marry the right man, no, because you're already seeing her star. And then all of a sudden, this lady just gets married, and then no, you don't hear her again. And then the business that she was doing and blossoming is no longer there, or the work that she was doing, she had to stop. And the husband, because of his insecurity, decided that you will not do anything, just stay at home. I want you to just take care of the children in the name of take care of the children. While for some, genuinely, we should not both be absent from the children. You should take care of them from maybe for so years until they get to certain level, then you can get engaged. Because I know a woman that took care of her children to the point that the last child got admission into the university before she went, and then she got job with ITF. She's currently working there. So it was the arrangement with her husband. And now she's currently working because the children have reached age that they can actually stand and take care of themselves. But for some men, it is born out of their insecurity. No, if I allow this woman to do this and that, like she will confront me. She will not hear. You know that there in the society where we live, you hear that, this lady has gone to school. Oh, if you marry her now, she will not hear you. She will be competing with you. Or you see men that will tell their wife, don't buy car, like don't do this, don't do that. Just stay. So let's talk about how this has stagnated, like the growth of like partners. Or as a man, you left the house, you're going to work, like so that at the end of you meet ends needs. But you come back to, where did you go to? I heard you went to hang out with this girl and that girl. Or while you are at work and you couldn't pick up because it's a production, for example, and your wife is angry that probably if you have gone out with some girls, I'm calling you did not pick. Like, dealing with, I don't know how people cope with such partners, but
I really love the angle you're coming from, and this is really something that I have watched couples struggle with, and it's really just baffling because for some people it seems like it is working, and for other people it's just no, it's not working. I've heard stories of how, and I've seen couples who have decided to take these actions. The wife is saying, okay, no, let's let these children grow to a certain level, then I can go back and continue work. And it works marvelously for them. You see their children are doing great, and life is just beautiful for this couple. They have their own issues, yes, but they are able to solve that, and it's just they're looking like a perfect couple. And then for somebody else, she's not doing anything because the husband said stay back at home, and tomorrow she's looking so ragged, looking unkept. The children are not looking promising as well, and you're wondering where exactly did this thing go wrong. I think that this is all something that, even I know we mentioned the hard talk, this is something that should have been dealt with from the foundation of the marriage. Exactly, why are you telling me to stay home? And how what is the capacity of the wife? Can she juggle both work and the home? These are things that you should have put into consideration. For some people, the fact that they are not seeing their worth anymore. You asked her to come back home and stay. She's not doing anything except to take care of the children. There's no empowerment. Suddenly, she feels like her worth is drowning. It's just depreciating. And at the end of the day, she feels like she's not worth anything. So she doesn't even give her best. Depression sets in. She becomes aggressive. Tomorrow, she's nagging and you're complaining that this white woman is nagging at you. But then again, you should have engaged her to do something.
After making her resign her job and then stay back at home, and you come back and maybe there's a fight and you're saying, you dare not talk to me like that after I do everything for you. She was not incapacitated in the first place. You see, why Sambo Slomo earlier was talking about this hard talk. A lot of conversation we don't engage in. And then when you are married, some of this shock just set in. For some partners, they don't even survive it. We've had stories of people that develop high BP before they are shocks, and then they are no longer alive and all of that. But you see, it's a terrible thing to. I can only imagine dealing with an insecure partner. We're not talking about partners that understand themselves and say, okay, I think I can stay with the children from so time to so, and since my work will not. No, we are talking about those ones that, because of their doubt, because of their insecurity, they decided to suppress their partners. Oh, you cannot do this job that they keep transferring you here and there. Me, I cannot marry a husband that this month is in this state or another state. You have to change your job, or you have to just resign and start up. We can actually do this together. And the man drops his job, and then people are starting a business, and eventually this business just goes down or is not even working. How do you deal with that wife now at that point that she's always telling you cannot provide like other men do, you're irresponsible and all of that? Or that woman that is doing very well, making impact in her society, and she got married to this man that thinks she's so beautiful and very intelligent to be going out every day. A story was told of a doctor. This lady is a medical doctor. When she got married, there was no conversation that you will not work after all your years of study, or you will not do anything. After marriage, the husband told her that she cannot be going out. She has to stay at home. I was wondering at that point why it is a responsibility of the woman, yes, to like they take care of the home and take care of certain responsibility. But did she study catering or something that you say she cannot do any? She has to just be at home and be cooking. So that years of medicine and everything. And funny enough, imagine, part of their ethics is that you can't treat your family members. So she should just stay at home. That is it for him. She's not even engaging in any business. He said no, because he doesn't want her to be meeting and interacting with people.
When you were talking about this point, what came to my mind was a discussion I heard one time like that. It was about a married couple. Both of them were working, and the wife, she wasn't earning as much as him, but it wasn't bad. And his complaint was that her work hours are so long, and she is hardly ever at home. And when she is at home, she's always complaining of tiredness. So she does 1, 2, and then she has gone to sleep. Wakes up the next morning, and then the same routine continues. And he said she should resign her work so that she would give adequate time for family. And she said she doesn't want to resign. It gives her satisfaction. So the only condition why she would resign is if he can pay her at least half of what she is earning. And from the conversation, she was earning 80,000. So it means he was to give her 40,000 monthly. And he bluntly refused. He said she cannot dictate to him how much he would give to her. Yes, he would always give her food for money and many other things. And at his own will, he would give her allowances as usual, but she cannot come and tell him how much he would give her every month. And it brought a lot of clash of interest. And it goes back to the point that, didn't you discuss these things before getting
In most
married?
cases, he married her. She was doing that work.
Exactly. So didn't you talk about these things before you got married?
Well, I'm not
If
supporting.
you did, if
Before
you
this hour
did,
attack me now.
what
I'm not supporting.
if you did, what was the
supporting
resolution?
For me,
And if you didn't, what is the way out?
Because your
These
family
are-
should come first. For
exactly.
me,
These
if
are-
you're spending more hours at work,
Yes.
and then you come home, the little time you have, you still don't have time. You come back home and you're saying you're tired. Your children, it means your children don't have your time. Your husband does not have your time. Like what you need to, you don't have, and you just sleep. And the next morning you wake up. It means your work is number one for
So
you.
these are
I do
things
not
that
really
you were
support that,
supposed
but
to have
there
talked
should
about.
be.
And this is what really discourages people, that when they are doing so much, you talked about someone's star shining brightly, and when someone is getting married, you hear people say, this thing you're doing, when you
Yeah.
get married, to die. So probably she was coming from that angle, that she was doing all of this already, and probably they might have talked about it and agreed that you would keep your job. But reality is different from imagination. When you were talking about it, you did not go through it. You were only and now it is a different thing. So for me, if whether you talked about it or not, which talking about it is the best, when you are faced with a different reality altogether, it is not bad to come back and re-talk about it again.
But I would also
You
like
see,
to
but
fault before you talk. I also like to fault, because we've seen that those instances
Yes.
as well. The opposite, the other gender. You know that
what is the other?
your gender, like the kind of woman you want. You see why we always say people don't look at the main thing. They are looking at, oh, she's fine, she has shape, and that's just it for you. But you're not looking at the future. Now you know that you want a wife that should always be at home, a wife that will cook for you because you cannot eat outside and all of that. But you
You are
did not
going for a
discuss, and then
career
you are
woman.
now going for a woman that works in the bank, and she goes to the work from 7, she closes 7. And since these are kind of job, what's the possibility of cooking for you in the afternoon? And do you understand? So it means that you should discuss with her. Okay, this is my kind of person, and this is how I want my meal. How do we balance this and your work? That conversation, you should have it
Yes,
before, but you
yes.
neglect it, and then you get married and say,
She
I
should
cannot
stay
marry
at
you,
home.
and you be doing that kind of job. And she too, she's now telling you that, I God forbid, after years of schooling, my father will sponsor me. I want to come and sit down.
Come and stay at
It will
home.
not work.
They will tell you, you met me walking.
You met
So what I was
Exactly.
saying. Okay, this is the point I want to make. You see, when people are coming to marry, they're two different people. Like, you can't take out this thing from this conversation. Who are you? What are you made of? And what do you want to be? What are you representing in the first place? You must know these things. Because it's from there you will know that's where your journey will start. But we normally neglect this. And we take it for granted. And that's why, the devil is destroying homes. Because he knows it's the number one plan of God. Because when you get the family right, everything will work. Because it's from the family people will go to church. It's from the family people will go to work. And you see the morals that you find in the family. That's when you see them exhibiting in church or at workplace or in school. Yes, that's when they see you, they will say, no, this lady is well trained. Where is it coming from? It's from the family. And that's why the devil is doing everything possible to make the family as if it's just something that just came. That God didn't have plan for that. Like we are just existing. Do you understand? So we must get it right. And it starts with you. Who are you? And what do you want? If we
Clarify
start from
that.
that, okay, the two people, right? If you see people that really know who they are the people that you will see them today, the few that the family is working, not out of, like they don't have issues. But you see the way they handle the issue, you will know from the beginning. They know who they are, they know where they are coming from, and they know where they are going when it comes to journey. That's why I always ask, why do you want to marry? Is it because you are frustrated? Is it because you graduated, you just came out from service?
I know some
Is
people
it
like,
be-
Friends
they like,
have gotten
they
married.
like
Friends
the
are
glamour.
getting married?
Some like the glamour
Glamour
of,
of the
oh,
wedding.
my wife works at so place. This they go, but the responsibility that comes with it, you're not actually ready for
No.
it. Because, for example, this man now that I talked about, how that he went for a career woman and he wants a wife that will always be at home. There are ladies that will tell you it's baby girl lifestyle I want.
Yes.
They want a man that will sponsor them. They are sleeping from morning till night at home. They don't have a problem with that. There are some women too that their own is just to be cooking. They like that's their hobby. Why would you not go for that kind of woman?
That's
You
the
now
second,
notice
that's
that
the second people that I'm talking. You see the two people that I'm talking. The first people that really know where they are coming from and where they are going. See, this issue of marriage, it doesn't start from when you get married. Then they will know that you are a mother or I'm a father. No, it starts from even your relationship in the family.
Yes.
Because fatherhood doesn't start when you start having child. No, it's your character. It's your character, and that character, it starts from the family. How you are being molded is the word of God that is embedded in you. Those do we see that that word manifested in character in you? Because when you talk about father, okay, now I'm thinking that tomorrow I'll be a father, I'll be a child. What's my plan? One of my sons said he wants to get married at the age of 25. And I say, how old are you? He said he's 13. I say, minus 13 from the years that you said. I say, how many is remaining? He said 15 or thereabout. I say, that means from now, you have only 15 years to work hard.
No, it's about 12.
To groom yourself that truly tomorrow you have a child, that tomorrow you have this and that and that. So beginning to picture it and the kind of woman that you will stay with. So it's now. So that by the time you are approaching that time, already you know the kind of woman you're having. So if you are working or you want to go for the kind of woman, already you have pictured it now. So you will not be testing, you will just go straight. And I tell him, once you go straight, and I will support you because that's what you want and you walk it. So you are not just coming and you just say, I want to just be this because my sister is getting married, I'm getting old, my menopause is around the corner, and this and this. What's that? And that's why we fall into all of this problem.
Exactly.
So you see, it is very, very key that we start knowing exactly what we want. And you see this issue of doubt, right? Is because we neglect certain things. We don't discuss certain things. Like, what is wrong if I see you as a career woman and I'm coming to you and this is my plan, this is what I have. What's wrong with me discussing this is the kind of person I am and I know this is where you're coming from? Can we build a future? It starts from there. If the two of you are coming, why are you coming together? Is it not to build a future? To build a house that it will be envy of people?
That marriage, for example, or whatever relationship that you're going into, should make you better.
Of course.
Like once you are in a relationship and it's reducing you, it's already a red flag. When you get married to a person, let people see that person grow and become a better version of he or herself. For the man, he needs the support of the wife. And for the man, she also needs the support and encouragement of her husband. Don't get married to somebody and then suppress the person because you want your ego to be out there. Your pride as a man is to see your wife shining and growing. And also, as a woman, you're supposed to be a helpmeet. That dream of your man, help him to attain it as well. But not to get married because of your insecurity and your doubt. You hear people say, men, if you support them and they go and pick another woman, they also tell, if you allow your wife to blossom, to become educated, to work, she will disrespect you. That's what they say. So, but that's not the essence of marriage.
In your life, that is in your life, and you figure out that you are not in his plan. Nothing should deceive you that in the future you will be in his plan. So know this and know it early. It would save you.
People too
and
have failed if your partner is not a better version of the person you met.
For some men, they marry because they want to control. Yes, that's the reason why the moment he is beginning to see you are beginning to receive accolades in your working place, people are pushing you. You are becoming CEO. He feels threatened. Yes, he feels threatened because in his mind, he begins to feel he can no longer control this woman. But
so
let
that's
me,
why he tries to make
but,
sure you
but let
have
me
that
tell
job.
you. Let
so
me
that
tell.
He disconnects
Yes,
you
he
from
will.
every other
He will
person.
make you useless. He will tell you that I marry you, so you can't tell me what to do in my house. But let me tell you, if you started together, that you have a future that you will build it. You are building. See the man. If truly you started it well, I say in church, right? Like Oga will say. if truly you are picture in his life, everything you are being structured in what a man that truly sees him in your future, right? He can drop whatever he's doing to support you. He can support you to be that CEO while he will be at home.
Did you not see
Take
how
care
life
of
is
the
even
home.
better for
Do you
people like
do you
that?
know why? Do you know why? Because already from the beginning, you already saw that in you. So he can do everything to
Make
support
sure
you.
that he sees that. And I was just going to add this because I think that this is one key thing. We in this part of the world have this ideology. It's like, okay, so we're waiting, just get married, just get married. Everybody keeps saying, get married, get married, get married. And immediately you get married, everybody just relax. Oh, I've done it. I'm married. I'm a married
What
person.
next?
You're relaxed, remaining to start giving birth to children. But you see where we always make the error. From the moment you walk into the house as husband and wife, in fact, from the moment you are pronounced as husband and wife, that's when the work begins. But we don't do that. More times than not, we are relaxed and thinking, I already got the title. I'm already that married person. She belongs to me. He belongs to me. So life goes on. But you see, the design of this fallen nature is that things automatically get destroyed if you let them be. If you let natural cause take its course, it naturally just dies instead of it to be grown. You can plant something, and if you just let nature take its course, it will die.
Sure.
It is when you take care of it, you cultivate it, that it grows. That's
Water
the
it,
same
nurture
thing
it.
with marriage. It's something that you need to pamper, nurture it, water it, put fertilizer. In fact, add whatever, prune it, cut off some things so that it will grow and flourish and become better. If not, it will just become a bush of thorns and weeds, and over time it kills.
And
The
you know,
marriage will die
people
naturally.
don't see the work you put in, they only see the results.
Yes.
So that is why you'll be looking at another marriage and be saying, I wish my marriage is like this. You don't know the work they are putting. Nobody sees how dirty your hands get or how sweaty you become.
to
It
fix
is
things.
the glamoring starlight result that people see and they always emulate. So
We have
if
some
we
comments
can put in our comments in our relationships, our marriage, I said our comments.
Comments.
I mentioned comments. Maybe I should take the comments before you make
Yeah.
that. We have Oluwa Emmanuel. He's saying ha 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 to Prudence. I think you're a fan. So we have Susga Humble. He's also saying, I think just a ridiculous. Maybe he thinks it's ridiculous for any man to reduce his wife to be a housewife. You see, just to add to what he said, a lot of men that because of some forms of ego decide to suppress their wives are going through a lot, because you have to do everything down to matches. You have to do it because you have decided to suppress your wife, stop her from being a better version of herself. But those men that supported their partners, even for young people too, that are just in relationship, that decide to support whoever they're in relationship with, you see, it's to their own advantage. Some of these marriages that you look and admire and you wish your own partner is like that, some of them were deliberate from day one. Like, they sold into it. They ensured that they made the right decision in marriage. They were doing the hard talks instead of the mushy feelings. They were discussing a lot of things, and eventually when they got married, they supported each other. And that is why today, when the husband does not have, the wife cover up. When the husband has, like, you cannot even tell, because everything is blossoming. There's nobody doing hide and seek. Lie to tell your father I did not pay your school fees so that I can collect my money. Tell your mother that I don't have. They don't have all of those dramas, because they understood what this institution means and they decided to be of support. If you have any doubt, clarify it. If you're suspecting your partner, talk about it. Don't be that person that your partner will be at work and you're angry that he's hanging out, or if he comes late, you're thinking, yeah, I know this man must have gone out to hang out. If any doubt you have, and if you are in a relationship as a young person before getting married, to ask the right question. Beyond shawarma, ice cream and pizza, always ask the right question.
But you know,
Like,
some people got to their ring.
inside
Inside
shawarma,
ice cream.
okay,
Tom.
that's, I say,
It is
beyond
like
it.
those-
Yeah,
It It was a great and lovely discussion with you all. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, Joyce.
Amazing.
Prudence. Thank you so much. Do relationships have doubt? Yes. Do they exist? Yes. Should we let it linger? No. You should be able to work in your relationships and your marriage. When you see other people blossoming, excelling, it means they have put in the work. Instead of just admiring and stopping at that, you should be willing to put in the work. And then you should know who you are. What do you want? What do you hope to achieve? These are questions. All of these questions and more are those things that you should be asking yourself so that you don't keep testing the waters, testing this and that. You should know what you want and go for it. Do not be scared of anything. If you have insecurities, do not turn a blind eye against them. Instead, face them. Talk about it and it will be great. Thank you so much. We're so glad that you joined in this conversation. Those that commented, we're so grateful for that. Thank you, Echo Executive, for this platform. Thank you, Cast and Crew. Until we come your way again, do have a great day.